So this week I wanted to talk a little bit about what are some of the things that you've seen. I mean, we could both talk about it. What are some of the things that we've seen in the industry that we've seen sellers do, and we really think that the sellers think that they're going to get the most bang for their buck by doing these things, when in the end it's not always like that. Right? What are your thoughts?
Well, one thing that I've seen happen that I think a lot of sellers have not thought about is to talk to their realtor. You know, somebody comes into a neighborhood or they purchase a property and they start creating this vision in their mind of what they're going to do to get their house the most saleable. And sometimes they are the nicest home in the neighborhood, which is definitely not what you want to be. So my first step that I would say above and beyond all is talk to your realtor. We do a consultation with our clients. We let them know if you were to do stainless steel, granite countertops, genuine wood floors, yes, that's right in alignment with your area, or no way, you're just going to be wasting your money. So I would say that's probably one of the first steps that sometimes people don't do, is they don't talk.
And it goes along with, I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos about pools. If you're thinking about putting a pool, and we're seeing this especially now a lot with people staying home, and now is when COVID's going on, so we're seeing a lot of people that they're bored at home and they're like, what can we do to spruce up our house and make it fun? And a lot of people are getting pools right now. What they don't know is that if you're spending $50, $60, $70, sometimes $100,000 on a pool, just because you're putting that money into that pool doesn't mean that you're going to get that back when you sell it. So it's very important that you know the area, talk to your realtor, know what the other homes have, what the other amenities in the other homes are, and kind of go off of that. I mean, unless you want to put a pool and you just know you're not going to get that money, do it.
Well, and that's a good point too. You know, some neighborhoods, I'll just use some basic numbers. You know, a property that's valued at $200,000, you spend $100,000 on a pool, you're not going to be able to go and sell that house for $300,000. So it's one of those things that if you're doing it for your enjoyment and you're okay with that, when it's all said and done, I know some appraisers, they will only give 50% or 30% of the value for that pool. So really, that was money that was invested into your enjoyment. It just was not invested into getting back.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've seen happen too, that sellers will do is they will put money into things like windows, or they'll redo their entire stucco, or they'll redo their roof. And there's this idea that, I've redone my roof. I paid $20,000 for the top of the line roof, $30,000, and I think that my house should sell for $20,000, $30,000 more. And the big thing about that is, come on, guys, people expect to have a good roof. That's just an expectation.
It's true. These things are expectations. When you buy a house, these are, like you said, things that people just expect to be good.
Yep. Stucco, sometimes there's a wall that needs some work, and so they'll just say, well, let's just stucco the whole house. $15,000 quickly into just stuccoing the whole property. And, same thing. Somebody's not going to pay $15,000 more just because the stucco has been redone. And then windows, it's a challenge with windows, especially depending on the area. Pella is an amazing brand, in my opinion. Please know these are all our opinions. And if you, back to that $200,000 house example, you put $20,000 worth of windows into that home, somebody's not going to pay $20,000 more just because they're Pella. So.
Although, I mean, you will notice it different. You will have clients that come into the house and they're going to point it out. They'll see the older one pane windows versus another. The dark windows, the dark rim around the windows, the one pane, versus they go into another house and they'll see the white window, updated windows. And it's one of the things they will notice. So it does add value per se to a buyer in their
saleability.
To the sellability, I would say, but not necessarily to the value when an appraiser is going to go look at it, or so some things to think about.
There's another one that I think is really a lot of people don't know or think that it's going to really help with their value, and that's solar panels. We could probably do an entire video only about solar panels, which we may want to do, just to give people an idea. The short and sweet of it, though, is if the solar panels aren't owned, it does become associated as a debt or a payment on the property. So people are thinking, well, I'm saving great money on my electronics or on my electricity bill. The reality of it, though, is it's still a debt when somebody comes in if it's leased and there's a contract in place. So I would say that's another one that we just, in general want to talk about, something to think about. And of course, ask lots of really, really great questions. But it's not necessarily a dollar for dollar value increase because you have these on your roof.
Yes, I mean, solar panels is a big one. That's a big one that we see. I see a lot of clients, they'll come to me and they'll tell me like, hey, I got these solar panels on the house. And I say, great, are they paid off? Because if they're paid off, I mean, it does add saleability of the house.
Saleability.
Because you are saving at that point. If you're getting something that's already paid off and you're not leasing it and there's not a debt there, that's definitely that helps. But if it's leased, that's always tough.
Another one that I'd like to talk about too, real quick, is landscaping. You can drop $10, $15, $20, $30,000 easily on landscaping, and you will never get that back. So again, back to the enjoyment value. If you are wanting to put a fountain, and you can very quickly and very easily put lots of money into your landscaping, I would say, you're either doing it for your enjoyment, but it's not going to be a dollar for dollar value with your property.
All right, guys, these are some of our tips. We're going to keep these videos coming. The more sales tips that we have, we're just going to come out with another video. But hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Say bye.
Bye.